Hey everybody, I am going to do something unprecedented. I am going to start my 5-day fast. It's going to be a water fast. I've never done 5 days. So the most I've ever done was like 2.5 days, and that was pretty hardcore. And so mostly my diet has been, as of late, fish, so consisting of salmon, sardines, brown rice, broccoli, mixed veggies. I do eggs, squash, sweet potatoes. And so it's winter time. It is January 3rd, Tuesday. And so today was my last meal. I had, should have took a picture of it, but basically I had like a duck stew from this restaurant in the Uptown area. It was fantastic. It was fantastic. And it was quite a bit. I took my time with it. I enjoyed it. And so I'm going to be doing just water, so sparkling water, and we will see how this goes. Day one, the end of day one for my fast. It is now about 24 hours, almost about 24 hours since I started the fast. I'm just doing water. I also contacted a friend of mine because I felt it would be a good idea for me to do so, who is a healthcare practitioner, who is guiding me along the process for this 5-day fast. So now, just a couple disclaimers. First of all, when I'm not going to share all the details as to the things that I'm doing, because I want you to kind of do your own research. I want you to do your own research, and I also want you to not take the information I'm putting in this video and just kind of like, oh, Peng's doing it, I'm gonna do it too. No, please consult a health professional to start such a process if you decide to go on such a process, because it takes some willpower. So with all that being said, I do have a friend who is observing my process, and we will be taking care of all of that on that end. And what else do I wanted to share? The other thing I wanted to share was I'm not doing this off the bat, meaning I'm not doing a 5-day fast off the bat. I have been doing intermittent fasting for probably the past 2 years. I've been doing intermittent fasting. So I eat within a 8-hour window and I fast for 16 hours. So basically I skip breakfast. And then there were times where I pushed myself, once I got comfortable with that, I pushed myself to doing a 24-hour fast. And so I would push maybe 2-3 days a month where I'm pushing a 24-hour fast. And then eventually I started pushing 48-hour fast. It's a steady process. It takes time. You need to really understand your body. The first few things that you're going to learn about yourself is all the voices that are speaking inside your head that are working against you. When I first started doing intermittent fasting, I was like getting up and going to the fridge like 5-6 times a night. And Netflix has these bomb-ass shows, you know, about these 4-star Michelin chefs, and I was watching that stuff at nighttime. Bad idea. So don't watch anything that has to do with MasterChef or anything like that. Don't watch the Food Network channel while you're fasting. That's torture. That's just torture. All right, with that being said, 24-hour fast is typical. The reason why I struggle with it a little bit is because I treat patients. So for folks who are healthcare practitioners, it's different. When you're working with patients, there is an exchange, there's an energetic exchange that happens between patients and myself. And so I never pushed it because I always found myself needing to eat food when I treat patients because it just consumes life force. That's one of the reasons why I had concerns, and so I wanted to kind of build things up. And at the same time, I'm also doing it in the winter time, which is very bad because of my genetic code. I'm Hmong, and we are, the bloodline goes to being out in the jungles, and so not a lot of experience with snow, and so I am cold. I'm running colder than usual, so I am wearing my scarf. Body heat is something that I am starting to kind of struggle with a little bit. It's always been like that for the winter time, but that's that. So with that being said, pay attention to your blood type, pay attention to your genealogy. That also plays a role. If you're from, like, you know, again, if you're of African descent, or you're from Mexico, or if you're from Somalia, or you're from anywhere else where it's just beautiful warm weather or desert weather, and you are in the Midwest, enduring these wonderful snowstorms that we're getting, your body's probably going to struggle with it a little bit because of your genealogy. So pay attention to that. That is going to be the key. It isn't a one size fits all, so you must understand your body. All right, and that kind of is the end of day one. Today I treated patients. Today was a huge snow day, so half my patients canceled, so just a few patients, so not that bad. I started getting a little depleted around 4 p.m. Starting to feel a little bit of fatigue, mental fatigue, and less mental clarity. But it's also expected from a 24-hour fast. It's something that I'm used to. So I forgot one more thing. Also, today is January 4th, 2023. I'm doing this 5-day fast prior to the full moon. Today's Wednesday. The full moon will be in full effect on Friday. So typically around the full moon time, you can already feel all these weaknesses, we can say, and temperaments that you typically have will sort of manifest or rear their heads around the full moon time. So today's Wednesday, so typically 3 to 4 days before the full moon and 3 to 4 days after the full moon, you can start to feel the effects of the full moon upon the body. And so that the reason why I'm doing it around the full moon is really more for a spiritual thing, is because the full moon tends to highlight these emotions and these negative emotions and energies that are deep within the body, because as the full moon, the full moon raises the tides of the oceans. And so guess what? We are, 80% plus water of the body. And so all that water in the body is also being stimulated by the full moon's energy as well. So it will also unearth and surface these deep-seated emotions from the body. And so the reason why I wanted to fast was because I didn't want to feed these negative thoughts and emotions that are occurring within the body. And so I am starting to notice these thoughts and tendencies start to show up a little bit more as I'm doing this. So that is the spiritual side as to why I am doing this fast as well. Again, I'm not an expert. I'm just doing this because I was told to do so by the divine forces that be. Okay, so today is morning of day 2. I'm here at Move Colonics, and this is Andrea. So she helped me out with my colonics today, and we got the colonics and also the aloe flush at the end, and kind of went from there.
Yep, did amazing. Was a little on the drier side, but once the colon got hydrated, had great releases at the end. Got the aloe in to help soothe the colon, help with inflammation. More releasing after. Did awesome. Good releases. Good result.
And what are some of the things that people come to do for colonics for?
Typically, a lot of it is bowel irregularity issues. People are struggling with IBS or SIBO is a big one that they come in for. This time of year, people are looking for a reset. The holidays, usually people struggle with stress, anxiety, diet isn't usually on point. So this time of the year, we get a definitely uptick with those kinds of issues, and people just wanting to start the new year out right, healthy, and on the right track.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Andrew.
All right, take care. Okay, so this is what we call a pressure or closed colonic system. It is one of the 3 approved ways to get a colonic or cleanse the colon. It is a 45-minute session where we introduce ultrafiltered water into the colon and cycle it out, do fill and empty cycles. The goal is to have the water to first soften and saturate the leftover or residual stool in the colon. Also, we're hoping to engage the peristalsis, which is the natural contracting, releasing of the colon, help move the stool out. And then we also do some light massage to help manipulate, get that stuck stool off the colon wall or into smaller pieces to help it pass through the machine. It's all contained, it's all clean, it's all, there's no smell. There's a lot of misnomers about how this all does play out, but it's a very clean process and a very effective process for cleansing the colon.
All right. So I just finished my Look at the car here. In my colonics with Andrea from Move Colonics. So the reason why I wanted to move things out now is a little drier because I woke up and I had the heater on and I slept, and I also the morning appointment was 8:15 in the morning, so I only had maybe like a glass of water before I got here, so it was a little drier, and so it took a little bit for my body to absorb the water and then kind of clear things out. So next time, drink more water. Lesson learned. But all right, let's just throw out all the butt jokes while we're here. Yeah, it is. Colonics is for folks who are new to it or don't know anything about it. I had my first colonics out in Fiji. I went to a Tony Robbins event in end of 2019, and I was inflamed. My feet and hands were pulsing and throbbing when I got there. It was the first time I ever flew out of the country. Everything was swollen and inflamed. And then I did the first one, and then boom, like there was huge changes. I felt the inflammations go down. Once inflammation went down, I was like, wow, I'm sold. And then I said, as soon as I come back to Minnesota, I'm going to find a place and start the process. Not up here with Andrea. She hooked me up, plugged me up, all up in the guts, filled me up with water. And we talked a lot of and the poop jokes they just never end. But it's a process that I also use not just for cleansing your gut lining and your microbial system and intestinal wall is contributing to all of your health, all of your disease, all of your inflammation. And so how we eliminate waste from the body is through the 3 P's: poop, pee, and perspire. And so pooping, most of us who tend to be more constipated in nature, we're not moving enough. You know, some patients, they come in and they see me and they're pooping like once a week, once every 2 weeks, and that's no bueno. Like, that's no bueno. If you're eating 2-3 meals a day and you're pooping once a week or once every 2 weeks, that's no good. And increasing fiber and things like that doesn't help. You have to increase your water intake, and also getting something like this done will also help flush things out. All right, so anyways, this is dragging out, but today is the morning of day 2 of my 5-day fast. I'm just doing water. I'm doing some salt with the water to help with the electrolytes. And today was the colon flush to help me clean everything out from the bottom. Clean everything out from that end in order to help detox, help me not be so groggy and lethargic. So that'll help me detox. And then I'm going to do some, Andrew recommended I take some activated charcoal to kind of help bind any of the toxins and kind of help eliminate from the body. So that's the idea. The whole plan is to eliminate all these toxins from the body. And we'll go from there. All right, this is the morning of day 2. Okay, so it is Thursday still, January 5th. It is 11:42 p.m. I am up because I had some pretty trippy dreams. At the same time, I also can't help but hear all the ambulance and firefighters and the police sirens going off. So things have been interesting, because we're in interesting times, of course. And so tomorrow, as we're approaching the full moon, and so anyways, one of the downloads that I got as I woke up was that I should start to not only fast from food, but I should also do an electronic fast, which means I should stop watching YouTube content and kind of try to stay away from social media. And so that I will be starting that process soon, right now. So here we are. So I'll be doing basically just the only thing I'll be doing with electronics is use my phone to contact patients, for scheduling, and then using my laptop to do work and work only. So that's what I'll be doing. Today I started feeling some hunger pains, especially when my kids are here. I started to get tired and fatigued. I was kind of falling asleep a little bit while my son and I were watching some anime, some Japanese anime, and kind of go from there. So far, I'm doing okay. So day 2, the night of day 2, I feel a little bit more fatigued than usual. There's a lot more mental clarity than I expected, but I have these little bouts of fatigue, and it was interesting because as I was putting away the food and putting into Tupperware and containers and putting in the fridge, I caught myself. I almost licked the food. So I had to wash my hands, man, and that was offensive according to my standards. So that's that. So far I'm sticking to pretty well. I already passed my 48-hour mark. Usually around 48 hours I either refeed, but the furthest I've ever pushed is 2.5 days. So I'm gonna push to, we're gonna see what happens once I meet my limitation, my mental limitation or physical limitation. But it's been interesting. I've been feeling things in my stomach kind of move and burn up and change and shift. So I'm starting to kind of feel some energetic shifts within my stomach and my large intestine and my small intestine. So people were like, "Oh, how do you notice things?" Well, I'm a master Qigong man. I know my body very well. All these years of doing practices, Qigong practices, physical strength training, cardio training, martial arts, all these things. I know my body pretty well. And so I can tell when there are energetic shifts within my body. All right, with that being said, so far that is what I have to report for the night of week 2. So see y'all in the morning. Good morning. Today is the morning of day 3. I just dropped off my kids at school. I just got here to work. I have a long day of patients today. My schedule's pretty full, so I'll be treating patients today. Last night woke up with some hunger pains. Woke up this morning, my kids were making breakfast, and I was making their school lunches and whatnot. And I had to catch myself from tasting the food that I was making for them, which was really hard. That was really hard. So I just drank my water with some Himalayan salt in it, and but I drank it hot, so that was pretty good. It was nice to kind of feel some warmth in the belly. And so far last night the sleep was off and on. I think unfortunately my Apple Watch battery died. I didn't charge it, so it didn't tell me exactly how much sleep I got last night. But I kind of woke up little bits here and there, and I've just been having pretty vivid dreams. But also at the same time, the vivid dreams is coming from the sort of the times that we're in. And that is what I have to report for this morning. So so far I'm still super hungry, and then again probably by half of the day, I want to say by about 2:30 today, I will be breaking my record time for fasting, water fasting to be specific, for over 2.5 days. So there we go. Wish me luck. It's been hard. And there is some level of fatigue, but I'm using my mental willpower to kind of push through, and also some physical fatigue. I also woke up with a little bit of low back soreness, and some stiffness. So I had to kind of move around, do some stretching this morning, do some shaking, bouncing, kind of move some of that energy out of my system, some of that stuck energy out of my system, and also kind of got things to move and loosen up. So, but anyways, I don't remember if I recalled mentioning it, but the I was also told to do an electronics fast, which means no social media, no YouTube, no music, no podcasts, which is horrible, no audiobooks, which is my jam. And so I will be doing nothing with the electronics other than texting patients, calling patients, emailing patients, and then doing work. So that'll be that. And so that's going to be just like another layer that was added on top of this process. And so that is what I'll be doing. And today is also the full moon, and so I'm expecting, I've been having some trippy dreams. A lot of so last night I had some pretty trippy dreams about decisions I've made in the past that are somewhat haunting me a little bit. Some regrets, not a lot of resentment, some regrets as far as to this decision. I could have done this better. This person that I interacted with, I could have handled it better. I shouldn't have done, responded with a knee-jerk reaction based upon emotion. I should have handled it this way. I should have handled it that way. And so some of the dreams that I've been having last night was really just kind of processing some of the some relationships that I've had, friendships and past relationships and things like that, and family relationships that are sort of popping up, things for me to sort of to reassess and recalibrate. So as this morning, once the dreams were done, they were quite vivid. Once the dreams were done, when I woke up, I kept processing these thoughts about these things, these decisions that I made, the things that I said that should have been done differently. So that is also something that happens in the mind. I think that people don't talk about this part of the fasting process. I think people just talk about the fasting, the physical and the physiological part. There is very much so a mental and a spiritual, emotional component to the fasting process. So be aware that that's the thing that people are not talking about. So here we are. All right. And that reports the Friday morning of January 6, 2023. See y'all in the next video. Okay, it is still day 3. It is 10:51 a.m. Man, the hunger pains are kicking my butt. And then I have my sardines that I eat pretty much 3, 4, 5 times a week sometimes. I am looking at it, and man, the thoughts are just racing. Everything in my body is telling me to eat, and I am struggling a little bit right now to not eat. So it's interesting to see and observe the thoughts that are occurring in my head, while also occurring in my body. My body's, I want to say, intensely telling me that I need to refeed and eat. So it is a struggle. But here we are. I'm going to use willpower. I'm going to drink my hot water. And I'm going to be drinking my green tea. So tea and coffee doesn't break your fast. But I don't drink coffee. But I will be drinking my green tea. So here is my weed, my drug of choice. This is a green tea that I get from Tea Source. I forget what it's called, but jasmine, and it smells wonderful. Now, it's a little bit more hoppy, kind of like for those folks who like beer. The smell is wonderful, but the taste is a little bit more bitter than usual, but I love it. So there we go. Just reporting that I am struggling not to eat right now. Man, it's hard. So here we are. All right, everybody. I have now hit the 72-hour mark. So I have now just broken my 2.5 days of water fasting record. So now I'm at 72 hours. Don't mind me, I'm in my robe, I'm at home, I'm comfortable. So I'm a Hugh Hefner in this thing. I had a long day of patients, treating patients kind of back to back. Yeah, I was super hungry this morning, and my big concern was, wow, am I going to have enough fuel, enough chi, enough life force to kind of work with patients throughout the day, and also do I have enough energy or life force to support and protect me from picking up patients' negative chi as I'm treating them? Because when you treat patients, those who are energy sensitive, you treat patients, basically there's a transference of negative energy that leaches out of the patient that fills into the room. And if you don't work on yourself, and if there isn't lots of self-care, physical strength training, nutrition training, nutrition, right diet, physical strength training, cardio training, any meditative practices and things that are helping you clear your energetic field, those negative energies that leach out of the patient fill the room and they latch onto you. So anyway, that being said, so my big concern was that, and so it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad at all. I came home, and then typically after a long day treating patients, I do my saltwater bath to kind of help clear and cleanse the energy that I picked up from any of the patients throughout the day. So I'll fill the tub with hot water, and I pour some sea salt in there. I throw in maybe about a cup of sea salt in there, and then I also throw maybe about a handful of Epsom salt in there, and then I'll drip maybe 5 or 6 drops of the lavender oil into the bathtub, and then from there I just soak. As I soak, I am spending time. I know I'm rambling, but this might be good information for folks who are other healthcare practitioners or people who are energy sensitive. So then I soak in the tub, and I breathe in the nose, I breathe out the mouth, and I focus on expelling any negative energy that is attached to me, that I picked up from patients throughout the day. And so this pretty much helps me cleanse my body, cleanse my energetic body, and after that, 30 minutes or so, just kind of soaking, or until the water gets cool or uncomfortable, then I'll kind of get out. And that's how I kind of finish my day, my long days of treating patients. If you don't have this practice, and if you're an acupuncturist or a chiropractor or massage therapist or whoever, if you're working with people and you're working with bodies, this is a must do as far as self-care after a long day. You don't want to bring all that negative energy that people are dumping onto you home, to your family, to your children, to your spouse, to your animals, all of that stuff. So that being said, here we are, 72-hour mark. I am still hungry. There is the hunger pains have chilled out a little bit. So hunger pains chilled out, around 2 p.m. today, and I was able to kind of keep my mental clarity, and the green tea with a little bit of caffeine also helped keep my clarity, so I was kind of able to focus on do work, treat patients, and then also stick to my electronics fast, no social media, nothing like that. That was hard. That was really hard, because on my drive home and my drive to work, I listen to audiobooks, and that's kind of how I get information, and we can kind of go from there. So far, end of day 3, I feel pretty good. Especially after the saltwater bath, I feel pretty good, and that is what I have to report for today. I am definitely thinking about food, and I'll be right back. Here is some caramel corn that my beautiful neighbor gave me. I was shoveling snow the other day, and there was basically in the alley, right, when they plow the roads, here's the alley, and they plow the roads, there's like this big old stump of snow, and I couldn't get in, so I had to shovel everything out. And then 2 of the neighbors came out, and they kind of helped me shovel it, and he offered me some caramel corn, and it was hard to say no. And so I might have broken my fast by tasting one, just one, and that was the other day. But there we go. I did it out of being politeness, and maybe not just politeness, maybe because I kind of wanted some. But from there, so far, I'm pretty good. That's probably the only thing I had the other day, yesterday. And it's just been water, and water with some Himalayan salt, and then some green tea. So far, I'm doing all right. It's interesting. I did have a little bit of headaches on my left side. They kind of started to pick up a little bit. And then I just kind of gave myself some acupuncture to kind of help clear some of that stuff. And I moved around, walked a bit, and kind of dispersed any energy. And that was about it. So that is what I got to report for day 3, end of day 3. So we will see how my sleep is tonight, and we will also see what my morning tomorrow looks like as I approach day 4. Because yeah. So far, it's been interesting. Also, again, I probably said this many times in the video, but today is a full moon, and then the full moon came into full effect around 3 to 4 Central Time. I have a little app that I use to track when the phases of the moon. Track the phases of the moon, whether the new moon shows up or whether the full moon shows up. So for myself as an acupuncturist, I tend to use the energy of the full moon. Tend to take advantage of the energies of the full moon. So 3 days before the full moon and 3 days after the full moon, the effects of the full moon amplifies or highlights or magnifies deep emotions that are trapped within the body. Because again, the moon raises the tides. And so I do the acupuncture on patients during those times, and those patients tend to experience more release. They tend to get a little bit more irritable or whatever the case may be, but it's also a good time to kind of yank that energy out and replace it with good chi, good fresh chi. So, all right, it's not an acupuncture video, this is a fasting video, so I will shut my yap. All right, this is the end of day 3. Good morning. It is Saturday, January 7th. I am still in my robe. It is about 9:53. I slept for probably 2 hours last night. Just 2 hours. I just basically laid there and just processing life and all the projects that I need to work on and things like that. So I did a little bit of work. Started writing up some content for some videos that I'm going to be producing in the upcoming days, different content. Because the thing is, I tend to overcomplicate things because I do my best to try to explain or over-explain certain things, because I want to make sure that if I put information out there, that people get the most details as possible. But anyway, and then so then I was like, yeah, I'm wide awake. I'm gonna use this time, be efficient. Did some work. Then eventually I started feeling tired. I slept around 2 a.m. And then when I slept for about 2 hours, woke up around 4:15, 4:20ish, something like that. I woke up because I started having, I was feeling my stomach. How do I describe? I started feeling my stomach basically kind of gurgle and move things like that. And then I kind of got up, and I started feeling, it felt strange. I'll forget it. I'll just say it. It felt like the weaknesses in my stomach and the energetic cords and connections that are connected to my spleen, my stomach, my small intestine, and my colon were starting to kind of burn off. They were starting to release from my body and burn off. That's exactly what it felt like. And it went from like a wide area to starting to kind of dissipate to being more single pointed. And then I just kind of observed the process. And from that point, then I cut and disconnect and release that energy. And then this morning, and then I got up, I tried to do a little bit of work, try to kind of go back and write some of the script for a talk that I'm going to be doing soon, very soon. And then did a little bit of work with that, and then went back to sleep, and then woke up around 8 o'clock this morning. Right now it is 9:56 a.m. So I woke up around 8 o'clock again. I didn't check what time I slept. I forgot. But then I woke up around 8 a.m. again. And then I got up. I spent some time doing meditation and prayers, burned some incense. And I didn't want to push my body. So typically on Saturday mornings, so I typically lift weights and do strength training on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday mornings. So today, I feel okay. I woke up, I'm not thinking about food as much this morning. But when I think about it, like right now, I am a little hungry. I could definitely go for something small and light. But, so I missed my gym practice today, but something inside, and even though I feel fatigued, something inside of me is telling me to go to the gym. So that is what I'm going to do in a little bit here. I'm going to get myself situated and I'm going to hit the gym. See y'all at the gym. Okay, so I got dressed. I got the car warmed up because it's snowing out here. You know? And I kept hearing Sabbath, Sabbath, Sabbath. Look, folks, I don't even know what Sabbath is, and so I had to look it up. And apparently it's a day of rest. And that kind of puts a hunker down onto what it is that I have planned for the day. I was going to hit the gym. I was going to go get fitted for a suit. I was also going to go look for some new dress shoes. There's an event that I'll be attending in February that I want to make sure to have a nice, good-looking suit, a fitted, good-looking suit to wear. And so that's the message I got. And so I'm standing out here in the cold, debating whether if I should follow this or not. And I guess I'm going to follow it. So I'm going to go back inside and rest. Rest indeed. I was hoping to get stuff done, but it is what it is. All right, so that's what I have to report prior to my gym workout. Today I was hoping to just do sauna, drink lots of water, sauna, and do some cardio and maybe the treadmill and the stair climber, the stairs to heaven. So that's it for this video. It is 12:26 on day 4 of the fast. Sorry, I got the water running from my bath because my plans to get work done today kind of got botched, and then I was trying to do work because I got stuff to do, man. And I was told just rest, just relax, just rest, just meditate. And so that's what I've been doing. And then I got my saltwater bath going. So I'm gonna take another bath, 30-minute bath, and kind of purge some stuff. I am hungry. Oh my God. Yeah, I am hungry. I am famished. all I can think about right now is food. I'm looking at that bag of caramel corn, and man, it's a bad idea. So, I am very much so looking forward to eating tomorrow. I'm very much so looking forward to eating tomorrow. I can't wait to eat. However, this has been a very interesting learning process. So that's my hot water for my tea. Anyway, that's what I have to report for now. And I will just be resting today and meditating and praying and just doing super chill things. I'm not supposed to move around and do a lot of things apparently. So I heard, and we're gonna go from there. I'll see y'all later this evening. Good morning, folks. It is day 5. I made it. Now I still have to wait until about maybe 5 o'clock or so before I can finally eat. I'm sorry I didn't report my end of day 4 because I was having quite a few mental, emotional, spiritual issues that were coming up on day 4. There were lots of things. About my past that were coming up, that were really coming up, that I had to take time to look at, and I was just paying attention to what was coming up. I was meditating on it, praying on it. I didn't write it down. I just wanted to leave my body, leave my thoughts, leave my energetic field. So, one of the disclaimers I want to put out there is that I have a very small group of beautiful friends, you know who you are, who I can reach out to when, if I need to talk and kind of get some things off my chest or out of my head, even for people to bounce off ideas of as well. So, it was a good thing. I had all the tools in my toolkit where I didn't feel the need to call them. And so, they know that I'm going through this process. So, yeah, it was a thing. So it was a little bit embarrassing, super vulnerable. I didn't want to talk about all that stuff on camera. But huge shifts, huge transformations, huge. And so I learned a lot about myself. And of course, there was definitely the hunger and I was thinking about food and everything else like that. But there was less of that quieted down yesterday on day 4. So today's day 5. So yes, the whole, let's talk about the Sabbath. Then I had to look it up. And then, no, I did break my social media fast. I went on YouTube and I watched a pastor describe and talk about Sabbath. And I learned quite a bit about that. So I have quite an appreciation for that. So anyway, I had a bunch of stuff pop up, and I had to kind of release it, process it. Yeah, work through it too as well. And I also give myself acupuncture to kind of move a bunch of things that were coming up. So I also feel very blessed that I am an acupuncturist, because holy cow, having knowledge of the body and where energy or emotions are stuck in the body gave me definitely a huge advantage in this process. So I kind of needled myself, dependent on my signs and symptoms and the conditions and the energy that's showing up. And a lot of it is, for those of you guys who are acupuncturists and traditional Chinese medicine practitioners, deep-seated emotions that are trapped within the body, even all the way up to the lineage, all the way up to your ancestral line and then your bloodline, all of these deep-seated emotions that are trapped within the body are phlegm. Phlegm, 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 phlegm. It's all phlegm. And so any traumas, any childhood traumas, any childhood wounds, any ancestral wounds that have been passed through the bloodline, say if you have a long history of, if you have lineage or your bloodline carries alcoholism, well then guess what? That's a form of phlegm that is trapped within the body. If your family lineage has a history, you know what, let's just say it, of incest, of cancer, of brain tumors, of prostate cancer, of breast cancer, of endometriosis, of all of these different conditions that you see that is passed through, down through the bloodline into your genetic code. So this is the thing that this is one of the things that I got, that downloaded and I got back in August. And I did my talk in September, which I'm going to do another talk in February of 2023. So next month, oh my gosh. So that being said, I'm kind of dragging off a little bit, but the download I got was very clear. They said, diseases are character flaws within the genetic code. Diseases are character flaws within the genetic code. I'm going to say it one more time. Diseases are character flaws within the genetic code. And so it is a character flaw that you inherited from your bloodline. And when you are unconscious of it, you are acting it out and constantly repeating it, not even recognizing that you're repeating it. And then it becomes a disease. It manifests as a character flaw. So let me explain. The same way we breed dogs for specific character traits. This dog is a smelling dog. This dog is a hunting dog. This dog can, chase and get out catch rats. This dog is for pulling, right? The huskies, they're for pulling, right? This dog is for this, protecting the home. This dog, you name it. We as human beings also have these character traits. It's within the bloodline. Every specific breed of dog has a specific character traits that they have, that it's innately within the genetic code. Even when you mix the breeds, those character traits will still show up within their personality type. And so the idea is to take time to really observe your bloodline and observe, okay, here's my bloodline. Well, what did I inherit? Well, I inherited this, I inherited that, I inherited this, I inherited that. Whoa, oh my gosh. These generational, some of them are curses, these generational attributes or past personality types are all up in my genetic code. And it's like, in order to try to change it, it's like trying to change your eye color. It's that difficult. And so like yesterday, on day 4, toward the evening, that was also one of the things that I was working on really hard. Now, I've been at this, I've known this for quite some, 3 years, and I've been intellectually know it, and I've been pushing my body to do all kinds of things. Hence, this is the 5-day fast. I've been doing cold showers. I've been doing polar plunges. I've been doing intermittent fasting. I'm beginning to eliminate my diet. I begin to watch how my bloodline works. And then I recognize all the character flaws within my bloodline. And then I had to do every single thing against the bloodline, every single thing against all of those habits that I see that are like, wow, these are the character flaws that we have within the genetic code. And I'm doing everything I can to recode it, to recognize when these patterns show up. And it is honest, deep and honest self-reflection in order to observe when these thoughts, these actions and behaviors show up, because most of them, they're unconscious. They're so embedded into you that weeding them out literally is like trying to change your eye color. It's that difficult. So anyways, that was the end of day 4. I was processing everything. I knew all these things, but it's a whole nother thing to do this thing. And it was interesting because also I want to say, when I was supposed to go to the gym, but then after that I came back in and I took another saltwater bath. I ran out of Epsom salt, and excuse me if I'm rambling. This is the way I process information. I connect dots, and the dots are all connected. So anyway, I ran out of Epsom salt, and I did just sea salt bath. So just pure sea salt bath, and whoa, that's different. From now on, I am removing Epsom salt from my. I'm definitely now removing Epsom salt from my saltwater baths. I'm gonna stick to just straight sea salt. Sea salt is a whole nother thing. The Epsom salt is more like a relaxant, and you can feel things in the body kind of relaxing, and muscles relaxing, and things kind of tension kind of moving away. But just sea salt, that's a whole nother thing. It creates another energetic shift. So sea salt alone, I felt it really pulling and drawing and cleansing the energetic field, and pulling things out of the body. It was much faster. So that was very interesting to experience. All right, so this video is getting quite long. So today is day 5. I made it. My sleep was horrible. I couldn't sleep until about 3 o'clock, so I was wide awake. I was still processing things, releasing things. And what I found was that the more I released these emotions, these past events, these, regrets that I had with relationships, with situations, with decisions that I made, they were more not of the light. Now, I didn't beat myself up. There's a difference. I processed that stuff, and I was like, okay, cool, made a mistake. I'm learning. Okay, so next time that happens, I'm not gonna do it again. That's how I process this information. I don't process it and sit in it and stew in it. It's kind of like sitting in your own. It's not good. So the idea is to what's coming up and just, okay, I learned, lesson learned, carry on. And letting go of that. And next time this happens, I'm not going to reloop the pattern. I'm not going to Groundhog's Day these lessons. Because then you're stuck in an infinite loop, an infinite cycle. All right, so with that being said, I hope you all are okay with me sharing everything that I'm sharing, because these are all lessons that I teach anyway. And I practice everything I teach. Everything I practice, once I mastered it, I teach it. Things that I'm working on. All right, so today is day 5. So then I eventually went to sleep. I got up, had a little bit, dreams were very interesting in this phase. They were very, very vivid, very lucid, and whatever else I couldn't process, it felt like I was processing it while I was sleeping. So in the dream state. So some of the vivid dreams were popping up, the past events and relationships and it was just you're processing these things in the dream state as well. So that was a very interesting. Oh, there we go. Okay, cool. Those were the lessons in the dream state. Got it. I woke up and I laid in bed, and it is now probably about let me check here. Yep, it is 9:19 a.m. I'm taking my time. I am definitely taking my time. So, sorry, putting on my watch. Taking my time because today I am also. Today I also have another. Oh yes, forgot. Yesterday I did 2 coffee enemas at home. And so apparently I did it wrong. I've been doing it wrong this whole time. And so when I talked to Andrea said that basically when you do the coffee enema, you're supposed to hold for 15 minutes before you go and release. So I did 2 of those yesterday, and once that released, I felt release, an energetic and emotional release. And so it helped me get these emotions up and up to the surface, but also gave me a physical outlet to let that energy release from my body. Okay. Sorry, I'm all over the place. Back to today. Today is day 5. I am doing well. I'm tired. There is less thoughts about food, but I can't wait to eat later today. I also have another colonics scheduled for today. It's going to be with a different person. Her name is Maria. I'm going to go do that today at 2 p.m. To kind of help get everything else out as well. Get more stuff out in this process, because in this process, again, when you're fasting, your body detoxes, it absorbs, and when you are fasting, the body breaks everything down and then absorbs unused cells because it believes that it is starving, which yes, kind of, and it breaks down all the cells and tissues that are no longer not working because it's on survival mode, and then it breaks everything out. So, all right, this is getting too long. Day 5. See y'all later. All right, folks, it is day 5. It is lunchtime. I am getting in the car. I have some errands to run. Excuse me while I start the car. My glasses. Sorry. It is 1:02. I am very hungry. I have a long day of patience tomorrow, and there's a couple errands I need to run. I need to grab a couple things from Target. I need to grab some groceries. And then at 2 o'clock here, it's 1:02. At 2 o'clock here, I have my second colonics, which will end everything. And then I'm going to wait. And I'm also decided to add something to celebrate this very, very difficult journey. I decided to give myself a spa day. So I got myself a Himalayan salt massage from Anda Spa in downtown Minneapolis by the Inn Hotel Ivy. I'm also gonna wait and also eat there at the hotel. So I'm gonna splurge because. Alright, so for the folks who know me or who don't know me, let me turn this down this way we can kind of not get all that sound. It's 24 degrees out. It's cold. So for those who don't know me, anytime I overcome a big hump or a mental challenge, I splurge, and getting myself a massage is a huge splurge. And they also have like a steam room, a sauna, and a couple other, luxurious features there that I am going to take advantage of. My massage is at 6:45, so their spa area closes at 8. So I want to make sure that I get there before time to kind of chill, hit the steam room, hit the sauna, sit in the jacuzzi, and kind of do that chilling. So, all right, I'm gonna run some errands. Probably don't need to see me do all of that, and then get my colonics, my second colonics, go to on the spa, chill, get my massage, and then I'll eat. So I'm gonna be going way past I'm definitely gonna be breaking the 5-day mark for sure. And at this point, I am mentally fatigued, physically fatigued. Everything right now is just sheer willpower. Nothing but willpower at this moment in time, with whatever else reserves that I have left. And the only reason why I'm to have that willpower is because I'm thinking about what I'm going to eat when I get to this hotel restaurant, and I am going to freaking eat. I'm gonna eat. So, all right. See y'all soon. Okay, so I'm walking through Target, and the smells, oh my God, the smells are just so, I can smell everything. Every aisle, I can smell everything. So my sense of smell has heightened dramatically, and I can't stay here long. Just gonna grab all the stuff I need to grab and get the heck out. Okay, I'm walking out of Target, and man, there's a lot of stuff. Okay, so Target run was an experience for sure. My sense of smell has like quadrupled. I can smell everything. I can smell the perfumes that people are wearing. I can smell the detergents that they're using on their bodies. I can smell every aisle. I can smell hair care products that people are using. And going through like the dishwashing soap area and the laundry detergent area, I can smell all of those chemicals. I can smell everything. And I started to get a little nauseous. I also started to kind of develop a little bit of phlegm. And so I was like, okay, I need to hurry up and get out of here. And so I quickly grabbed the things I needed to grab. And now I'm good. And now I'm breathing. Good air. Well, air. Better air. And I'm going to head my way. It is now 1:30, and I'm going to make my way over to Maria's for my second colonics. Just got done with my colonics, and now I'm going to head to the spa. This will be where I'll be chilling for a little bit until I get my massage, and then we will get some food. And to my left here is the locker room, the towels, the bathrooms, the showers. Quickly run over here. Here's where I'm gonna go, the steam room. Hopefully nobody's in there. It is empty. Perfect. Let's make sure that's on. Of course, I'm gonna pick 8. And there we go, there's my robe. There's my flippity flops. There we go, changed. So, not gonna lie, I kind of slimmed up a little bit from the fast. I did some cupping right here and here because I felt a bunch of energy pouring out as I was fasting. So I did some cupping here, 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 also here, these areas. But there we go. And I'm sporting the my short shorts that I got from Mexico. And all this skin is proof that I used to be a fat boy. That's all extra skin, and eventually I'm gonna work it out. Once I get time, I'm gonna get a trainer. Once I get time, I'm gonna get a trainer, get the right proper nutrition, and make sure I get it right so I can kind of slim everything down, shape everything up. There we go. So I'm looking at this shower, confused AF. So eventually I'm gonna like spray myself with cold water. There we go. And then I'll figure it out. So apparently that one goes up there. Right to the face. That one soon goes there. Yeah. There we go. There we go. Learned it. And that's how we learn, folks. Here we are. And here's the court spot. I'm only recording because nobody's here. I had to make sure. So here is the spa area. Over here is the showers. You can change the temp. I'm gonna show you. There we go. And then here is their sauna. Alright, so here's some water. With the crystals in there, looks like amethyst. Quartz, crystal quartz, and something else. And I've been eyeing these raisins and almonds here. All right, folks, I am going to eat my cranberries, my dried cranberries. Oh, bro, tastes so good. Tastes so good. The cranberries are super sweet, like taste like candy. And I'm starting to get a little plugged up, so I kinda, hashtag sad life. It is what it is. Almonds it is. Let's just do a few, because I want to make sure that my body can do it. All right, so here we go. My first almond. The dried cranberries are a little too sweet, made me a little phlegmy. I immediately got phlegmy in the sinuses. So obviously sugar is not a thing that I can do. So we're gonna do an almond. Yes, I can do almonds. I find it fascinating. I can really taste it. I mean, there's still some cranberries. That's kind of coated my mouth, but I can feel the effects of the almonds. Immediately, it went down to my right side to my liver. So interesting, very interesting. So my senses have definitely heightened dramatically. This is hard, but so far it's fun. I'm gonna try to do my best not to cookie monster these almonds because me while I'm cooking. This time it shifted down to my spleen. Yep, definitely liver. So, pretty good. I'm going to try to not ruin dinner. Oh gosh. Just a couple more hours. It is now 4:46 p.m. day 5. My massage is at 6:45, and after massage, I'm gonna eat. All right, I just finished my massage. I figured I wasn't gonna record that, but I am relaxed. So I just spent maybe another 10 minutes in the steam room, and now it is time to go downstairs to the hotel restaurant and eat. Okay, right now I am exhausted. Everything I'm doing right now from this moment is sheer willpower. Like, I just want to go to sleep. I just want to go to sleep, but I know I gotta eat. So, I'm gonna go downstairs, I'm gonna eat, and then gonna drive home, and then I'm gonna just sleep. All right, just ordered my meal. Now snapper. Looking forward to eating. So here's my red snapper. I am gonna dig in for sure. Okay. I am so looking forward to this. All the flavors. I can taste everything. I can taste everything. My sense of taste has enhanced dramatically. Dramatically. Wow. Slow down. Try not to scarf this down.
So basically imagine like your sense of smell, sense of taste, sense of touch. They're all just like amplified. I feel like Superman. Everything tastes. I can taste everything. So, alright folks, that's enough of that. I'm gonna stop recording and finish my meal. See y'all on the flip.
And that's a wrap. So thank you for watching this video. Hopefully you learned a lot from it. I learned a lot from it. There was a lot that came through, both emotionally, spiritually, and really helped detoxing the body is also detoxing the mind, the emotions, and the spirit as well. So please hit like and subscribe. I am looking to put more content out about how to raise your vibration. This is one of the ways to raise your vibration. Fasting is definitely going to be one of the ways to help raise your vibration, your frequency, and to help purge any of the toxins from the body. If you have questions, just ask any questions in the comment section below. I'm looking forward to make more videos. So thank you for watching.